me hot. Yeah. Got me hot.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live, the best show in late night for you by us. Bro Talk, we always on the mic. Shmaine, man, Jason in the director's seat as usual. Thanks for tuning in on another Tuesday night with the crew. Let's kick it over to my main man, Dex. What up, bro?
Dex here, super excited to be here. So look, I was thinking about this all day today. Like, it is currently like the summertime, right? And for me as a working adult, I feel like there's no such thing as summer. And I felt like this for quite some time. But now with a child, I really feel like, what is summer? You know how you are like in college or high school, you get a break. Like you get an extended break from the day to day. Even like teachers these days, like a lot of them work summer school. So they don't even get like a full-on
They don't even
summer
work
break. So like, what do you guys do to make summer feel like summer?
Well, a lot of people take vacations, right?
I do that. I'll try to do like one or two vacations every year, but that's only like a week at most. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, or 2 weeks, I should say, at most. And it's just like, what else?
But you
like,
do summer things, like you go to the beach, like you go to the amusement parks, like you do the summer stuff. You know, but my job, we have Fridays off, so you know that's.
I think that helps. Maybe it should do that, like take every Friday off or something.
Yeah, I'm sure you got enough PTO.
I be stacking it up. Like I be having so much PTO because you know what I do? I stack my PTO.
I know what you do. You work from home. That's what you do.
What's that supposed to mean? I stack my PTO up and I use it up in December. Like I like to. That's my summer break because I take like the month of December off.
Okay. Ty to God, what up?
It's like weird when Dex goes on one of his rants. You really don't know where to come in conversationally. It just kind of start over. Like, should I acknowledge Dexter or should I just start over?
Imagine having dinner with me. I'm even worse at dinner.
It's like, how does this feel like summer? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I'm here. I'm ready. I had a coffee because I was so exhausted.
Coffee at 10 o'clock at night? My God.
I'm filming a podcast. 10 o'clock at night? My God.
Bill, what up?
Well, greetings and salutations in the land of the living. From the dead, but in the land of the living.
Oh, okay. Welcome back from the dead. E-Man, how's it going?
What's up, man? Chilling, as usual, always.
What the hell-y? All right, guys, we got a big show planned tonight. And, you know, we have, of course, Politics, the Scoop, Q&A. We have a very special game tonight because it's that time of the year. That's all I'll say. You guys know what I'm talking about. Dex, what's coming up first?
It's politics as usual.
Oh, hold up. You was a little too fast for me this week.
Politics as usual.
I was counting on you like being slow, and I had time to scroll back up on the screen. Didn't work. This started with Israel digging in for a long fight and ended maybe with Trump walking off the South Lawn, cursing both sides. 12 days, a U.S. airstrike, Iranian missiles, and a ceasefire that didn't make it 24 hours. Let's break down exactly how we got here and whether any of it actually changed a thing. President Trump confirmed it himself. Operation Midnight Hammer hit 3 of Iran's most sensitive nuclear sites, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, places with enough enriched uranium to keep Israel up at night. This is what President Trump had to say.
Greetings, boys. Greetings. We have completed a very, very, very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Some would say Iran. I say Iran because I ran the presidency of the United States of America, and I ran the election, and I ran the liberal left away, including Fordo, Natanz. I think I sent her back to Venezuela, guys, okay? And Estefan, I call her Estefan like Gloria because I'm glorious. All planes are now outside of Iranian airspace. Okay, a full payload of bombs, okay, was dropped on the primary site, Fordo.
You got to speed this up.
All planes are safely on the way home. Congratulations to our American warriors. Blah, 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 blah. Now it's time for peace.
Once all that was written, he then decided to try to read a teleprompter. And here's what happened when Trump decided to read it.
The U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat.
Ooh, that tongue was heavy. You think it was like a lead pipe. He continued and concluded the remarks by thanking the one and only God.
And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You've been watching live.
That little JD Vance didn't know what to do with that.
JD Vance hates Donald Trump.
Iran didn't blink. Within hours, state TV warned that every U.S. soldier in the region was now a legitimate target. And a list of potential Iranian targets wasn't short. U.S. bases, Gulf allies, and oil routes. And then, this is where things get a little bit blurry. Trump's advisors say that this is all about Iran having nukes. But the president, he's out here soft launching regime change on social media, and particularly True Social, saying
it's not politically correct to use the term regime change or regime change, okay? But if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, okay, why wouldn't there be a regime change? MIGA.
MIGA?
MIGA. I feel like MIGA's close to Niger, which could be, you people.
It would have to be MIGA.
MIGA.
It could be MIGA.
My MIGA.
It could be mega. I love that word mega.
I die for my MIGAs.
Make MIGAs great again.
What?
The greatest MIGAs on this podcast, all right? The greatest MIGAs in the world.
Iran ended up asking Russia for a backup. They got a press conference. Putin slammed the strike, but made absolutely no promises to Iran because they're apparently in their own war, if you didn't remember, with Ukraine.
We don't call it war here in Mother Russia. We call it conflict. We're in conflict with Russia. It's more Russia. We just take more Russia. No Ukraine.
Really good. Really good limited fake Vladimir Putin. Then came the retaliation. Iran launched missiles at America's largest military base in the Middle East. Qatar says that their defenses knocked them down. This is a picture of it here, but no one really mistook this for restraint. But it was a move that showed that Iran will respond and potentially even more. I said potentially even more. There have been reports of extremist groups potentially moving covertly between the U.S. and Canada, readying for an attack. But then came the twist. Yesterday, Trump announced a ceasefire between Iran and Israel, saying that the 12-day war is over, and this was a war that would have gone on for years, but thankful to both parties for agreeing on a ceasefire. Neither Iran or Israel kind of had commented on that at all. It seems like Trump was the only one asserting that there was a ceasefire. Complete and total is what he called it, except it wasn't because neither side stopped bombing. And funny enough. And this morning we woke up to this.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. When I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Boy, that dementia kick in. Woo. Woo, that sun is going down.
And then today, reports confirmed that the strikes were largely useless, with the blast likely not destroying Iran's stockpile of uranium and only delaying their project by a few months. A lot of people are also surmising that because there were trucks in this same base area about a week before the attack, Iran knew it was coming and decided to move their uranium to a different location. So my question for you guys is, did Trump's Iran strike escalate conflict unnecessarily, or was it the only way that Trump's saying it could have led to peace? Bill, what's your opinion on the situation?
As an American patriot,
okay,
anybody screaming death to America is a threat to me.
Okay. So Trump did the right thing in your mind?
Absolutely. I stand with my commander-in-chief.
Okay. And that's that on that?
Make America great again. Make Iraq
mega. Dex, do you feel more secure or less secure after Trump's idea to strike Iran?
Less secure, and I think it's funny seeing people jump out on social media and be patriotic and then try to talk about how they're going to duck and dodge a war. Even people who are currently signed up into the military are complaining about possibly going into a war that doesn't make any sense to them. Like, it just, I don't care how people want to spill this out, it don't make sense. It didn't make sense to do it, and it don't make sense to defend it. And
say it.
Say it. No.
I think Trump. Are you done? Because it was going to get bad.
I was going to go there, but I'm not going to go there. Leave it alone.
We do appreciate that. Trump kind of ran on like helping us to avoid this very conflict, correct? And I just feel he should speak on the change in decision that was made, because he promised us that if we voted for the other one, that we'd be here, and we wouldn't be here if we voted for him. So
he's claiming that this move created peace in the region, and that because he was able to do this,
that he didn't run on that.
No, but you know, can I say one thing? No, and I'm not defending Donald Trump in this situation at all. But today I saw that CNN had posted this article that was saying that the airstrikes that we sent over there did minimal damage. Right. I don't think that's smart to post things like that. I get it; it's an anti-Trump kind of situation, but like when you post things like that, that doesn't make us look good. To be honest with you,
is that their responsibility to make us look good or to report?
Yeah, it is. Like you see how another country is saying "death to America," and you are in America, you should probably want us to look as good as we can.
Eric, do you have a problem with them posting that we didn't achieve the mission per se, even though we might have hit the target?
I mean, I don't feel any safer that he did it. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, we're in a world, we're in an age now where they're gonna post it anyway. It's gonna leak out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Dex, wouldn't you want to know if you just want to live in a fantasy land where you feel like we've achieved our targets, even though they might still be making a surprise nuclear weapon?
If Osama bin Laden was still alive, tell me that he died and y'all threw him out the back of a boat. Like, that's what I need to know. I don't need to know the extras or whatever. I don't even need to see the body. Like, remember when we were in college and they killed Muammar Gaddafi and they were kicking his head around? I don't need that. Like, I don't.
We don't need to see it, but still, like, if something is awry and you understand that the mission wasn't actually completed and they might still have capabilities to make a nuclear weapon, wouldn't you want to know that? Like, what, you want to be lied to? Is that what you're telling me? You want to be lied to?
Don't tell me that you did the airstrikes and failed. Like, please don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's like when you go and take your driving test, right? Don't take the driving test and fail, then tell me you failed. Let me know when you pass the test. That's when you come and talk to me. I don't want to hear about a failed mission.
Can I?
Ty, remember when you failed
I
your
only like
driving test?
more people who didn't get captured.
Ty, do you remember when
Hello?
you failed your driving test, the first one?
About what?
You remember when you failed your first driving test?
Why would that be a discussion right now on our podcast?
I mean, Dex brought it up. I just thought it was
You
relevant.
know, Trump's thing. It's like, who cares?
Sorry.
30 years ago.
You see how he just said that? Who cares? That's how I feel about this. Who cares? If you see his picture, who cares?
Honestly, though, we really should be examining, and this is in all honesty now,
Mm-hmm.
we really should be examining why we are in the middle of another Middle Eastern conflict. We didn't belong in the first one. We don't belong in this one. Today, I spoke to some of my friends who are also still over in the Middle East about their safety, just to sort of check on them and see, you know, how they were doing. The one real issue I have is that a lot of people are actually getting online, like Dex said, and being super patriotic, and none of you have signed up to put boots on. None of you have signed up to go to the Middle East. All of you all, though, are online talking hot crap and endangering the welfare of people that other people love, that you all have no idea because you all live in a fantasy land. Stop actually doing that because you all look stupid as hell. Stop doing that.
So what's an acceptable way for people to comment on this?
Don't comment at all. Number one, most of y'all don't even understand why we're in the Middle East in the first place. Nobody even understands the Middle Eastern conflict. All of a sudden, everybody has a master's degree in international relations and politics, and nobody knows anything. The majority of people struggle to read.
Why are you ranting angrily? What's happening?
I think it's coming from the perspective of a person who is in the military. Who is
I know. Well, we got. Let's talk through the issue though. It's like, that's like.
I think it gets frustrating after a while because you do see people who are making jokes about it, and then there's other people who are scared, and then I'm sure there's people coming to him asking all types of questions. Like,
I mean, that's like the mind of people, right? We call things the military, right? It's this inanimate thing that doesn't matter to us, but like we don't consider it as made up of people who are actually having to get hurt in order to make this happen. We have the mightiest military. These are people that have to be there operating this and stuff and worrying about this conflict. And it was pretty clear, like we were pretty clear as Americans and as voters across both parties that this is not something that the American people stood behind. Yes. And so that's what I find, like that was a universal thing. And one of the biggest things was we don't trust Kamala Harris to one, fix the economy, and two, to keep us out of that conflict. Like they were calling her Dick Cheney, and all type of crazy stuff because they thought that she would lead us here. And it's so interesting to see some people are not supporting Donald Trump, but some people are like standing behind him, even though they were the first to say like, oh, he's going to keep us out of these wars. They support him no matter what. And I find that to be interesting.
Well, that's literally my frustration. Like you talking about what's my frustration? Why am I ranting? That's why I'm ranting. Because the military is made up of people like me and friends of mine who are in harm's way, while regular Americans who don't know dick about anything sit around and just yap.
Ooh, not too much on us.
the yappers, we've been yapping on this thing for 20 years.
Just yapping and don't even know what y'all talking about. Some of y'all, never mind, because then I'm gonna start calling names. Let's move on. Because it's about to wear me out.
Sorry, I done froze up.
That's all right. So maybe I should just go ahead and maybe this is a sign from up above that I should just go off. maybe this is the sign because some of y'all is up on that Facebook and y'all asking questions and y'all's responses are dumb because y'all don't know nothing. Get out of the Facebook news.
I saw somebody on Facebook say,
read a newspaper. Get into a book so you can actually understand what's going on. Y'all just get.
I just come back to you going on. What's happening?
Russia has been playing in that politics news on the Facebook.
Well, let me ask you a question. Well, let me ask you just this one question, then we can probably move on if Jason got his stuff together. What would you say to a person if we do have like a nuclear attack, whatever? What could we do to protect ourselves?
Get in your cars
roll the windows down, and drive toward the big plume of smoke.
No, you supposed to say workout, eat healthy.
Next, please. Next, please.
All right, moving on. It's the kind of twist only American politics could deliver days after reportedly ordering airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites. President Donald Trump has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, that is so interesting. I missed that piece of news.
Is that real news?
Yes, actual real news. The nomination credits his role in brokering a ceasefire deal between Israel and Iran, even though it's not actually happening.
Didn't work.
It didn't work. While his allies are nominating him for peace, his critics are once again calling for impeachment. This time, the spark is Iran, and the man lighting the match is Representative Al Green of Texas, who Donald Trump kicked out of his State of the Union address earlier this year. Trump has taken to True Social to say that he's not expecting the prize, but that he does deserve it, quote, 4 or 5 times over.
Oh.
And if you don't know what, it's probably the liberal left's witch hunt.
But now maybe the other shoe has dropped. 2 prominent Democrats, Al Green and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, made it clear they don't just see what happened as controversial, they see it as impeachable. And even though President Trump is in his second and hopefully final term pending, they're still calling for accountability, not in the election cycle, but now. Al Green filed an article of impeachment on Tuesday accusing Trump of bypassing Congress in a way that violates the Constitution and sets a dangerous precedent. Green called the strike, which Trump authorized without notice to lawmakers, a de facto declaration of war and authoritarian behavior. Then there's AOC. She didn't co-sign Green's article, but she didn't hold back either. She said that the strike was impulsive, unauthorized, and clearly grounds for impeachment. So after all this, the strikes, the ceasefire, the nomination, and now impeachment calls, we're left with one question. What's more laughable, Donald Trump winning the Nobel Peace Prize after bombing a country that didn't actually attack us, or us thinking that he's getting impeached again, even though he's a lame duck president and not going to be able to, quote unquote, run again in the future? Which you think is more laughable?
Now that's a doozy right there.
That's a doozy?
That is a doozy, because one of them is actually, the nomination will probably turn into a win. The impeachment, we'll be doing this for again. That's it. The impeachment. Why are you stupid?
What do you mean? Are you stupid? So we don't have the right to try to impeach President Trump anymore?
Didn't we try to do this before? Did we do this before?
But he did get impeached. He did get impeached
40 times.
And then what?
Is he still in office?
Twice.
Did it work?
And he still has the nuclear code. So what's up?
Ain't did no piece of working.
That's like a little piece of paper in his personnel file. Mike cares about that.
Look, let me tell you, you cannot stop Teflon Don. You can't. You can't stop him. So go ahead and give him that Peace Prize.
The Peace Prize is actually the more laughable. That's actually a hard question now that I started speaking. I was so sure the Peace Prize is more ridiculous, but I think I don't know which one. I'm going to go with the Peace Prize because they should be continuing to do their job like we asked them to do. So I can't then come off a couple weeks later and tell them they're ridiculous as hell for filing, because that is their job. So I'm going to support that.
No, we said do your job. This ain't what we meant. I don't know exactly what we meant, but this ain't what we meant. Could have been
wasting up good paperwork.
Yeah,
you ain't talking about doing that.
Eric, what you think? What's more? Do you think he's going to be impeached again? And if so, does it really matter? Honestly,
like everybody said, he's already been impeached. It don't work. He President Trump is just like, put that piece of paper on top of the rest of the pile. You know what I'm saying? He don't really care. It don't work. And being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize is crazy. Like,
it is.
Being in the same breath as Martin Luther King and other people that won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Al Gore.
It's blasphemy.
Barack Obama. That's why he wants it. That's really why he wants it. Have you noticed though, everything he said about Iran has been, "Oh, I'm doing this for peace." He keeps saying the word peace, and I think he thinks if he says it enough, people are just going to equate him with bringing peace. And
Well, that is what propaganda is, right?
It's 100% propaganda.
When we went into the last war over there in the Middle East, George Bush said we're doing it because of 9/11, and we believed it. But we know.
No. Here's wait. Here's the common denominator: Benjamin Netanyahu. That's the common denominator. We've been in 37 wars because of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yes.
Yeah, now
the president, the prime minister of Israel.
You know what I found interesting?
Who was born in Cheltenham, Pennsylvania, by the way.
Before we move too far, what I do find interesting, to go back to Trump's like literal propaganda is I think someone's like writing this stuff for him because literally in 1984, "War is peace" is like one of the biggest lines in there, and that's exactly what Trump is doing. Like literally, like "War is peace, war is peace." The whole line is "War is peace, ignorance is strength." I'm just waiting for Trump to throw that second part in there because that's literally what he's saying. "War is peace." Oh, in the name of peace. It's very interesting.
And
1984, if you didn't catch that,
he did come up with a recent quote from a popular movie when they talked about impeachment, and he was like, "Go ahead, make my day."
Absolutely right. He did say that.
I think they would actually Trump. I think he would love to be put out of office right now. I think it really would make his day.
he's like hoping for it. All right, and that is that on that for politics. Time to move on. Not to the scoop though. To race.
I can't breathe. Will anyone fight for me?
There's like a season. There's a season.
Until this season ends and we do a focus group and we get rid of this segment. I hate this. This segment was born in 2020 when people cared about racism. Why are we still there? Nobody cares about racism anymore. It's okay.
We still have to report it. We're the news. We're a news program. Remember someone tweeted?
These people are cheering for them to deport people who came from El Salvador over there.
Look at that.
They want them to be sent to Africa. You think they care about racism? They don't care.
What a little tie in there. Oh, sorry. I just got a little reminder alert. Andrew Cuomo lost the Democratic primary to Zoran in New York. So, wow. Big change.
Just put him out of office.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, moving on. During a visit to Los Angeles last week, Vice President J.D. Vance lashed out at California leaders over immigration policy, backing federal raids and defending the deployment of the National Guard to troops in the city. But what really grabbed attention was when J.D. Vance referred to U.S. Senator Alex Padilla. Notice I said Alex Padilla. He referred to this man as Jose Padilla. And I mean, just incredibly. Yeah, incredibly racist. Now the vice president's team is calling it a simple misstatement, but the governor, Gavin Newsom, isn't buying it, pointing out that J.D. Vance served alongside Padilla in the Senate for years. He knows exactly who Senator Padilla is, Newsom said. That wasn't a slip. That it was an escalation. LA Mayor Karen Bass dismissed the entire visit as a political stunt and accused J.D. Vance of ignoring the issues that face real Californians on a day-to-day basis. Guys, Padilla's office has called the remark unserious and says the vice president, quote, knows better. Do you think this was a misfire or something more telling?
Something more telling.
That's what you're going to go with?
I'm going with that.
Okay.
It absolutely was not a misfire. I didn't accidentally call him Jose out of all the names. Unless he can produce somebody with that exact same name that he was speaking to recently, I'm not buying it.
Not at all. Eric, what you think? Jose, is that Alex? Is that comparable? Comparable?
Yeah, that's some BS. Calling BS on that one. Like he said, he was serving with him for years. He know his name.
Here's the video of what J.D. Vance had to say.
Suggesting that the Trump administration is cracking down on Democrats. Can you comment on that?
Well, I was hoping Jose Padilla would be here to ask a question, but unfortunately, I guess he decided not to show up because there wasn't the theater. And that's all it is. You know, I think everybody realizes that's what this is. It's pure political theater. These
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do it confidently, and he did it confidently. So like, I always feel like if you're gonna say it, you say it with your chest. And he just said it with his chest. Okay, like racist, sure, but like,
yeah, there was a little bit of a tone when he said Jose, so it was definitely intentional.
Yeah, for sure.
And
It was definitely a little Jose. It was definitely like a little sassy.
And you were trying to insult him when you said it, so you definitely did that intentionally. You were trying to say
exactly what Mayor Karen Bass.
Yeah.
She thought the same thing. Like, she thought it was definitely disrespectful. Here's what she had to say.
Mr. Vice President, how dare you disrespect our senator? You don't know his name, but yet you served with him before you were vice president, and you continue to serve with him today, because the last time I checked, the vice president of the United States is the president of the U.S. Senate. You serve with him today, and how dare you disrespect him and call him Jose? But I guess he just looked like anybody to you. Well, he's not just anybody to us. He is our senator.
You know,
but you see that Targaryen in the back.
Wait.
He looked like a Targaryen in that bed. She's gonna drink.
Targaryen.
That girl in the back is beautiful. Like, I could not even focus on what this lady was saying because I was so focused. That is
She's back there eating them up for no reason at all.
She's riding a dragon back home.
That lady has on a sundress too. Like, she is really giving it to us. Wow.
I thought that was Storm from the X-Men.
Okay, like wow.
She was back there eating them up for absolutely no reason. Like, why is she back there serving?
Like, put her on the mic. I want to see what she got to say.
It ain't got to say anything. She doesn't speak the native tongue.
Hey, well, look, you don't even got to just stand there and look like that. God damn.
She's probably
Eric, she like one of them Valarians, so she
is a Valarian.
Hey man, she look like Storm from the X-Men with that hair.
She's the daughter of Corlys Valerian. And
yes, that's exactly
House Targaryen. She was just waiting for that mayor to say the word, and she would have said
Dracarys.
Dracarys.
She was gonna tell JD Vance to bend the knee, or she was going to have that dragon burn him to death.
So 100% that JD Vance was being racist here. Is that what we're going with?
Who? What?
Okay. Intentionally, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know how many dragons she has.
Okay. And with that, we'll hopefully get some resolutions to that in the near future. All right, guys. It's that time of the year again. That's what I meant.
I knew what you meant when you said it.
Me too.
That time. The XXL Freshman list is out. So time for a little game. This time we're going to call it Freshman or Fiction. All right? Freshman or Fiction.
Before you start the show, Jason, I'm going to say that when we first started this, I was able to fully see the cover. And now I'm getting older. I know I don't know these folks. Ooh-wee. I got to squint on in here to see the cover.
We're going to guess names, and I want you guys to tell me if the name is an actual name of a XXL freshman or if it's a fictional name that we made up.
You're going to have us out here looking like JD Vance.
Keep your own score of how many points you get correct, okay? And do not lie because we're on video, okay? I can't do everything. I'm sorry.
Keep your own score. That's funny.
All right, first up, Laser Dim 700, freshman or fiction?
That's fiction. It's
freshman.
That's a freshman.
Okay, three
That's
of y'all
gotta
saying fresh. Tyler saying fiction.
I'm
Laser
saying
dim 700.
Laser Dim 700. Who called himself that?
Freshman.
Laser dim 700 is a real XXL freshman. All right, so three of you have one. Keep your scores. He blew up off a freestyle apparently filmed in a Best Buy. Haven't seen that, but yeah, I guess Tech Trap is alive and well.
Tech Trap.
Laser dim 700. Ty, will you be checking them out?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Look, I will say though, when these people make this list, you should check him out. Big X the Plug was on here last year.
He was.
He's amazing.
Now you know he's the biggest and the largest.
Yeah, I mean, I would. He might make some good gym music.
Is that one that needed that couch when they got the Breakfast Club?
I don't know.
So
Next up, we have Trapzilla.
that's
What do we
freshman.
think? Real
That's
rapper
got
on the rise?
fiction.
I'm going freshman for sure.
And Trapzilla.
Yeah, we have Glorilla.
That's fiction.
Oh, this one's too ridiculous, though.
I think freshman. What you
Okay,
say?
Dex is going with freshman.
The
The rest of you going no, or what's
Fiction.
I'm going with freshman.
Fiction.
All right. Trapzilla is fiction. Sorry, there goes the icon there. Big X. So yeah, it does. I mean, Dex, it does sound like it could be real.
Absolutely sounds real. I think
You
that's
got Glorilla.
that is gonna be. That's
No,
gonna be
Trapzilla is too ridiculous.
Too ridiculous.
But
Okay.
Laser dim
I would
700.
Laser dim 700.
Well, you saw I said fiction for that too. I couldn't believe it. I was floored you guys right now.
Laser dim 700.
There's no way somebody thought it was Laser Dim 7. Dim with
700. All right, name three. EBK J Boo. J Bo. J
That's
Bo.
gotta be right. Oh man.
Fiction.
I'm going with fiction again.
Yeah, fiction.
That's so ridiculous it has to be real.
I'm going freshman.
I'm going freshman too.
Fiction.
EBK J Boo.
That's Chat GPT if I've ever seen it.
He's a real person.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
But you know what's
Crazy.
crazy?
You know what threw me off a little bit? The J in it. I thought like maybe he's putting his own like name in there. But no.
But you know, now that you said show the picture of him, he looks like that would be his name.
Dude, absolutely does.
EBK J Boo.
2 watches.
He do got 2
I ain't
watches.
got time on there. One of them. I
Watch on each reel.
He's up in Stockton, California, and he's already got cosigns from folks like Mozzie. Do you guys know who that is?
From who?
Who?
Mozzie.
The
He's
only
a
thing
pain
close
rapper.
around
He's
here
like Ride the Wave.
Is
And,
that Oscar-winning TV show that used to come on called The Wonderful Mrs. Maisel? That's
no, not that one. No, Mozzie's affiliated with like Blast and like Ride the Wave.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know those people.
Take your word
Pain
for it.
music.
You know who
Pure
Rod
pain
Wave,
music.
Rod the Wave is.
Rod the Wave?
I don't know why I put a the in there, but it just sounds better. Ride the Wave.
I gotta go.
All right, next up, how about this one? Third Eye Tony.
No. It's fiction.
That don't even sound good.
Also, so ridiculous that I feel like it's true. Like these are the type of things I see with the young trap rappers crowd work. This is the stuff I see.
Third Eye Tony. Yes or no?
What are those things? SoundCloud or it's the type of stuff I see.
iCloud.
How old are you?
They still put their raps on SoundCloud.
Yeah, but you said iCloud, nigga. Like you didn't say
I
something.
say William said iCloud. I didn't say
You
iCloud.
started saying iCloud. I just finished.
I said SoundCloud.
That's crazy.
We're to take that. You said iCloud after that.
But it's crazy. The first dude got put on with a freestyle at Best Buy. Damn.
Well, that's not really crazy because
All right, come on, we gotta go. Third Eye Tony, yes or no?
Album at
I would say no.
All right,
I'm
Dex
going
saying no.
freshman.
I'm going freshman.
Eric.
Give me my second point.
Eric, what you going with?
No.
Okay, fiction. Okay, so here we go. Third Eye Tony is fiction. It does sound like somebody that could be from Wu-Tang Clan though, like affiliated with Ghostface. Third Eye Tony.
That one was pretty good. That should be your new rap name, Jason.
Third Eye Tony. What does that even mean?
You got Big Tony and Little Tony. And you got Third Eye Tony over there.
Fifth name, 1900 Rugrat.
Yeah,
No,
he is 100. He is 100% for fresh.
It is a freshman.
No, that's
1900
fiction.
Rugrat.
That name is one whole line, like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing.
He's 100. He's 100%. He's
Is
a real
it 1900 Rugrat or is it 1900 Rugrat?
Oh,
It's
you know that
nothing.
1,000.
It's neither one. It's not a real thing.
All right, 1900 Rugrat is real.
Oh,
Look at that face. He looks unkempt and dingy.
Apparently, reportedly, he mixes New York drill with anime bars, and his fans call him the Goku of the trenches.
I have seriously, legitimately had enough of
You know, sometimes I remember when we used to do this, I sometimes would just, as a young person, would get embarrassed when I don't know these people. I take pride in not knowing these people.
You take pride in not knowing the Goku of the trenches?
Absolutely.
But because he uses anime bars, I am going to take a listen. I do need to write that down. What is he named?
1900 Rugrat.
That's 1,900.
There we go. 1,900.
I'm going to give him the old college listen to.
Okay. Sixth up, Triplin.
That's a freshman.
Triplin. Sounds like even Triplin.
I'm not checking my score, but I feel like I'm winning.
You're absolutely not winning.
We'll do a review after the show.
I think I'm winning. I think I only got one wrong.
Dex is Googling. Dex, don't be Googling. I see that.
Triplin.
I'm monitoring.
Yeah, I'm going with freshman.
Look, can I be honest with y'all? These sound like screen names that people are playing on Call of Duty for real.
Exactly.
Each one of them.
When I tell you, like, it's so weird. Like, okay, I can put that as your rap name, but if I'm hanging around you, do I have to call you that? Do I have to keep saying, "Yo, Triplin"?
Well, I mean, you call me Dexter One, so yeah, sure.
How do I address you when we're speaking to each other?
Yo, when you got a homeboy with a crazy name like that, you just call him by his real name, like Warren. If you don't cut this shit out, you just call him. You gotta call him by his government name. Like some of the stuff, I just refuse to call somebody.
All right, so is Aim real or no?
Yes. I'm going with yes.
I'm going no.
He is. There he goes.
Lord. He's real.
Double birds.
Look at them eyebrows. My God from Zion.
Last but not least, Munchie Blanco.
Munchie Blanco.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a woman too.
I don't know.
He's confident.
I would say at least he white.
I think that's
So
fair.
let's go with it's a freshman.
Well, it got to be something. I'm sad.
Munchie Blanco was a made up one. That was a good one though. Munchie Blanco is a good name, so if that's
It is a good
available
one.
if someone wants it.
I want to explore that Third Eye Tony.
That was a fake. It was fake.
Oh.
All right, so that's the cover again, once again. So go check out XXL and I guess get put on to some new rappers like 1900 Rugrat and what's this one? Laser Dim 700.
Laser Dim 7. God help us.
God and Zion. All right,
I
it
wonder
is
what the
time.
meaning behind the name is, though.
What'd you say?
I'm curious about the meaning behind it.
That's the
You think they have meanings? Yeah.
Well, you
that's
remember
both.
when NBA YoungBoy came out and he told us it was never broke again. So yeah, I think everything has a meaning these days.
I don't know. I think you're giving them not these people.
Not these guys. We're long past the meaningful name.
That one got that other one had two watches on them wrists that ain't working, couldn't tell time.
All right, Dex, Cardi B, your time has come. It's finally dropping her long-awaited sophomore album, Am I the Drama? It's 7 years after her blockbuster album, Invasion of Privacy, which won Grammy for Best Rap Album, the first female rapper to ever get that nod. The rollout, cinematic, the drama, very much present. She dropped the lead single, Outside. We going outside. Hey. She called out Offset in the lyrics, and she's already clocked over 1 million pre-orders. But here's what's really got people talking. Cardi apparently is including WAP and Up on this album. If it's Up, then it's Stuck. You know that song?
Do I?
Tracks that are 4 and 5 years old, respectively. And yes, they were massive hits, but fans are split. Is this a smart move to guarantee her album goes platinum, or does it feel like she's stacking the deck because the new music might not hit the same deck? So I'm coming straight to you with this one because you've been talking about Cardi's inability to release an album for years now. Are you excited for the new Cardi B album, and what do you think about this development? Do you think she's cheating, or do you think it's legit?
Hit it and quit it? No and yes. No, I'm not excited about it. Probably won't listen to it. Yes, I think this is a genius idea. Me personally, if I had a recording of me singing the ABCs, I'd put that on my album. Like anything that I've ever put my voice on, I'm gonna put it on my album. It's my song. I made it. Why not put it on the album? I support that, but I won't.
Bill, as someone with a Grammy vote, do you count this album as being platinum because you put WAP and Up on it?
No, the IRAA, the IRAA.
They said it's going to be platinum. They're counting the singles.
Okay, well, and then the other thing is maybe she owns her masters now.
Yeah,
for those songs, so she's re-releasing them on that. So
like re-recorded them too. No, I think this is like 20 years or something like that, where you can re-record music. So that can't be the case where she re-recorded it.
But
no, I think she re-recorded it.
Right.
She's just, I guess, transferring over the streams somehow through some automated process, which is innovative. I mean, look, Taylor's been selling, and Nicki Minaj has been selling T-shirts and tour dates with their albums for years, right?
Taylor now owns her masters. It took her,
and her stuff is re-recorded. Taylor Swift re-recorded her stuff.
Taylor's version.
Oh, are we saying she's not re-recording? She's just
I think she said this was recorded already. Put it on now.
She does not have my vote this year. I'll tell you that right now.
I bet you she won a Grammy this year, though.
It won't be off my back, okay? I'll tell you that now. She's not getting my vote.
All right, we'll get Ty and Arrogant on this one. Nicki Minaj is not mincing words. She took to X with a full thread of accusations. And let's just say she's naming names without saying them. Nicki is claiming that Roc Nation, the powerhouse led by Jay-Z, is actively working to sabotage her career and her marriage. She's accusing friends, quote unquote, in high places of trying to separate her from her husband, and calling out the NFL, where Roc Nation handles entertainment. This all comes after what she describes as a social media suppression, industry gatekeeping, and even legal conspiracies tied to Roc Nation's execs. She says that it's a plot, and some fans are connecting the dots, but other fans are saying that this is classic Nicki deflection because Cardi B just announced her album and Nicki's trying to take the attention away from that. So here's the question. Is Nicki pulling the curtain back on some real industry politics, or is this just another episode of her crying wolf when things aren't necessarily going her way momentum-wise? Ty, what you think?
Whenever someone is going up against the industry, I think the industry does wrong.
Really? Okay, so you're on Nicki and Drake's side. This is crazy to me. Okay, a man of the people, I guess, or millionaires. Eric, do you think Nicki Minaj has a point here? Because she hasn't really been hot on these streets, but is it because it's quiet for her, or is it because Roc Nation is suppressing her hits?
I think she's a little cold out here, but I mean, but we also have to recognize that it's not our fault that her husband has to be on the sex registry. Yes, it's public knowledge, so it's not like they're making it up. Like, he got to check in.
He can't come on tour. That's what it is.
Right. He can't be around kids.
All right. Moving on, because we have a lot to get to, and it's, we're already running late. Oprah Winfrey setting the record straight, and in her own words, during a sit down with Bishop T.D. Jakes and his Good Soil Forum in Dallas, the media icon tackled some persistent online gossip head on, mainly the rumors that she was out here partying with none other than Diddy. And in true Oprah fashion, she didn't just deny it. She basically laughed it off. Here's what Oprah had to say alongside TD Jakes.
I have never been near a puff party. Never been near. And anybody who knows me knows if there is a party, I'm the first one out. I'm the first one out.
I stopped by Puffy's house for 30 minutes to say happy birthday to him during the day at 2 o'clock with staff people, and out of that came a love affair and all kinds of stuff that I have never seen.
You too?
Yes. Yes. Now, I'm almost 70 years old. What do I look like?
Are we convinced?
Look, let me tell you, one thing I do not do is get up and talk matter of factly, because guess what? You probably wasn't at the Diddy party, but you were somewhere, and they gonna get you to put. They gonna get watch. Give it 2 weeks. They go. You know, Oprah connected with Tyler Perry. He just had that lawsuit come out of whatever. You don't speak in matter of fact. Just be like silent about it. Leave it alone. And just move on with your life. But you sitting there commenting and giggling, chit-chatting with each other, whatever, they don't get y'all. Watch.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe either one of their black asses. They was the first two there and the last two to leave. They was up there and they were Diddy. Look, let me tell y'all something. Anybody, if y'all probably know this, anybody they call Sean Combs Puff, been knowing him for a very long time.
But you see how Oprah's like, I ain't never been to one of them parties. I ain't never stepped foot in there. You wouldn't catch me dead. TD's like, well, I went to that one. Like,
yeah, right. He was like, I was in there for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Did it take 30 minutes to say happy birthday? Yeah, some of that.
With staff. Okay, hey. Well, we know he likes to have his staff around watching when he doesn't pick up. So
the follow-up question should have been like, well, how did you give him? What did you give him for his birthday?
Come on, it's not an interview.
You can do a lot in 30y minutes.
I just found I just felt that they decided to sit down and do that, given that rumors, how heavy the rumors. I don't think I would have sat down with the other accusatory, like the other accusing, to us both talk to each other and deny what happened. Like, I get it, but maybe let's sit down with somebody, a more objective party.
And then with TD Jakes, you know what I'm saying? We all pregame. Puff probably be like, yo, pop that pill before you get over here, buddy.
I'm not going as far.
I think the TD Jakes stuff is crazy too, though. Because remember when the rumors about him came out, it was like extreme. Like, it was so extreme that for me, and I don't want to address rumors, but for me, if you said if they said about me what they said about TD Jakes, I would have jumped on Instagram live immediately and be like, I ain't never done no shit.
Hey, look, he did the classic black man scapegoat. He said, I'm sick and I'm retiring.
He said, I'm way too old for this.
I'm old. What I look like?
All right, moving on. This story is developing fast and is one that's shaking up another person in hip hop. Rapper Fat Joe is now facing a massive $20 million lawsuit from his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. And the accusations are not just scandalous, they're deeply disturbing. According to a newly filed 157-page complaint, good Lord, it's got some details. Dixon says that he was coerced into performing over 4,000 sexual acts under surveillance and threats, and he claims that the rapper also engaged in sex with minors as young as 15 years old. Now, to be clear, Fat Joe's team says that none of this is true. They're calling it retaliation, plain and simple, part of an extortion plot after Joe sued Dixon first back in April. His attorney calls the whole thing a desperate smear job that's designed, I should say, to damage Joe's reputation in public. And here's the twist. The lawsuit also includes a RICO claim saying that Fat Joe and Roc Nation made the abuse systemic and protected by powerful silence. So what's your reaction to this powerful story, Eric? Fat Joe, you talk to me about this first.
Now this is the only thing that I might come to Fat Joe's side. He got the guy TA got the ultimate ambulance chaser as his lawyer. He got Busby as his lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how Busby get down. He just throw everything against the wall and try to get something to stick. But doing 4,000, he 4,000 sex acts. Like he got Diddy beat. Like damn, that's a lot.
He got him beat. Well, Joe Taco Pina is not a slouch either. Like he's represented a lot of big names. Dex, I know you've heard that name Joe Taco Pina before. So I mean, he's not like a slouch either. You never heard of Joe Taco Pina?
Well, this is crazy too because like I was minding my own business over the past weekend, and Eric said, "Did you hear about Fat Joe?" Jason, I read all 150 pages in this thing, and my jaw was on the absolute floor. Like I cannot believe this, and like everything can't be a lie. Some of it's got to be like I don't know. Some of it's got to be true.
4,000 though.
I mean, maybe it was an exaggeration.
4,000
ain't no
at least 4.
That's a lot. That's a lot of Astroglide.
And I think that the part that was crazy. There's this situation. There's minors. There's minors in this, and the thing that really like I'm still picking my job from is it said that one of them was like 15 or 16, and he went and got her a BBL because he didn't like how her body was shaped, and that I'm never gonna be able to listen to Lean Back the same way again.
Okay, maybe I don't know. Yeah, very very disturbing news from the Fat Joe front. All right, maybe we'll have FMZ coming up soon if Fat Joe ends up going to trial, but for now we still have the DMZ.
We've rested our cases. The defense, the prosecutions, we're done. We don't got nobody else to bring up there to talk about the Diddy case with. What is going? We're done with this. Like, we'll go ahead. We'll do our closing argument, and then the jury.
We are definitely not done. They brought the tape out where Cassie said, "Hey, you don't show me this video, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make sure you end up dead."
She admitted to it. She admitted that she did that. So, like, I would do it too. I think the biggest
every week is some more stuff coming out. You know, they interviewed these sex workers trying to get their 15 minutes of fame too. The other one came out and said that Cassie gave him the STD.
I saw that too. I did see that as well. But you know, something to me when they said Diddy would be taking a stand, I said, of course Diddy's not going to take the stand. But boy, if Diddy would have took that stand, like it would have grilled him. Like,
man, you know, Diddy would have got up there and pulled the Nino Brown from New Jack City. This is bigger than Sean Combs.
That's why they didn't want him on. That's why they didn't want him on the stand. But the people who were on the stand though, like the prosecution, they had like 35 plus witnesses, and they were all so weak. I think the worst of the worst was when they have these special agents up there reading text messages. It's like, why did you put these people up there to read text messages that y'all cherry pick from threads? And then the defense gets up there and they're like, okay, but did you put the one in there where Cassie says she enjoys this? Did you put the one in there where Jane said that she's buying sex outfits? Did you put the one in there where Rico Love is like? And it's just like, what are we doing? Why did you put these people up there? And also, today they didn't call any witnesses.
No,
they just, they did their stuff and they rested their case. But before they did it, they cleared everybody. They cleared Christina. They cleared D-Rock. Everybody was clear. It was kind of like they just poked not just a hole. They ripped a hole in the entire prosecution's argument. Like, what is there left to do?
As a person listening to the case, it's crazy that everybody and that the prosecution got to testify except 3 people had immunity. That's crazy.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody had immunity. All of them.
But they when you listen to it, like, did they need it? Like, because even when they talked about Christina Coram and they're like, well, I mean, Diddy lied to her too, and like, and she was somebody who they were saying is a co-conspirator. Like, why was it? I mean, I didn't even get her up there.
If you listen to him, all the assistants supplied the drugs, Astroglide, They was booking flights. They was doing everything. So
And all the drugs was for personal use. It's like you're trying to say this man is running a criminal enterprise, but where? Show it to me.
I got a question.
I mean, because if I got to hear about Astroglide one more time, God, it is now time for Q&A. The part of the show where you ask questions, not about no Astroglide. And me do our level best to give you an answer. And tonight's topic is slur for slur. Here we go. Buckle on in, folks, because we've got a doozy tonight. I work at a small company, like family business small. No HR, no corporate policies, just, yeah, right. Just vibes and a boss who thinks conflict resolution means ignoring things until they explode. So naturally,
I got no insurance, neither.
That's what it means. And y'all probably getting paid under the table, which means you ain't paying no taxes. I'm about to call IRS. So naturally, something exploded. One of my coworkers, let's call him Jay, is someone I've always had a pretty decent vibe with. We joke around, crack on each other at lunch, the usual stuff. But the other day, mid a roast session, this dude drops a full-blown slur on me. Not a borderline bad word. I'm talking about the N-word, and then just kept eating his sandwich. I called him on it, and here's where it gets truly crazy. Jay gets mad at me for being mad. He goes, "You're too sensitive, bro. You should have just hit me back with a slur of your own and kept it pushing. That's how it works." Like, what? Is this a rap battle? I was raised that if someone disrespects you like that, you stand up and throw hands. Or at the very least, you don't pretend it's all good with a slur for slur trade-off. Now, I'm sitting in this awkward limbo. I see this man every day, and I feel disrespected to my core. But there's no HR to report it to, and my boss is basically allergic to confrontation. Jay's walking around like nothing happened, probably thinking we're even because he offered me a chance to insult him back. So, what should I do? Do I check him again? Do I escalate it to the boss, knowing he'll probably just say, work it out? Or do I swallow it and look weak? Because honestly, I'm still one, yo, chill, away from throwing him through the snack rack. Please, you ain't throwing that boy through no damn snack rack. Because if you would have offended, you'd have knocked the blood in his mouth when he called you the N-word. You are weak, and we proved already. They ain't doing nothing. Sit your behind down there, nigga.
Yes.
What you call him?
Bill, you beat me. You beat me to the punch. I swear to God. I'd have backhanded him so quick, he wouldn't even got it all the way out of his mouth, man.
What?
Well, let me just close this out for us. Well, let me just offer something else here into this. I think that you handled it with class and grace. Like, you let him know that this is not something that you were comfortable with. Yes, you let him know that this is not something that you're comfortable with. You didn't get violent because violence never solves anything.
Except for what it does. Don't listen to that. That's not.
He now knows
that. That's that bullshit.
He now knows that you don't like that. He won't do that to you again. I can almost guarantee you of that.
Nonsense. Let me tell you something. The problem is far too many of y'all are talking to Goliaths when you need to take a stone and bust him upside the head and kill him. That's the problem around here. It's too much of this yapping going on and not enough what should be going on. Okay, somebody call you out.
Jason, what did the five fingers say to the face? Slap.
We're not advocating for violence. We're not advocating for violence in the workplace.
I don't know if
HR has something to say.
Necessarily be, you should be fighting at work. I just think there are other avenues you could take. Like a work fight is never going to end.
Okay, so what would you do since they don't have an HR to report it to? What would you suggest that they do?
You don't need it. You don't need an HR. You can report it to the boss. And then if the boss doesn't resolve the problem, there's legal action you can take against him. He doesn't have to have these specific policies, unless, of course, you're getting paid under the table. That I don't know if I can help you.
I mean to be totally honest, this sounds like a ready work situation. They get paid every day, so it's all good, man.
They get paid at the end of the shift.
When he said throw him into the snack rack, I'm like, what the hell y'all working at? We got a snack rack.
They work at the Dollar General.
The problem is, and I knew the issue here when he said just vibes and excuse me.
Like, that means they play music.
You know they playing music in that store because he worked at the La Tienda, at the bodega. That's where he worked at, and that's why he's about to throw him through the snack rack. You got to grow up. Knock the taste buds off his tongue. It'll serve as a warning to everybody around him. I'm not to be fooled with. I'd rather be hard to get along with than easy to play.
He wanted them Caucasians to just because you listen to 21 Savage, you think you cool just because you know all the little words, the 21 Savage and all the little songs. You think
that's it? He listened to the 700.
He can't be Caucasian.
You say certain words when you in the car listening on your way home. You don't say that. You don't say that word.
This man, hold on. Bill, who he be listening to?
He out here listening to Laser Dim 700, thinking he can go around and call people.
1-900 Rugrat.
This person was definitely not Caucasian because a Caucasian person would never say, call me a slur back. This man was obviously of Spanish descent, and you can't call somebody.
Let me tell you something. He was definitely Caucasian.
What slur you gonna call it? Never mind.
He was definitely Caucasian. He was definitely Caucasian. In my part of town, we call them wiggers.
Okay.
He was a wigger.
Here, for more questions, comments, and concerns, write us at www.brotalklive.com/questions. Jason.
And like I always say, send us a visual.
So press record and let you feel me.
How do we always get to this point? I don't know.
Week after week.
Week after week. All right, this week, the clips segment is going to be paying tribute to the following phrase that we heard uttered earlier tonight.
They don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Wow. Maybe we should do this every week.
Yeah, so that is going to be this week. DK WTF they're doing. Okay?
They don't know what the fuck you're doing.
The beep was a little late on that. I couldn't figure out how to make it
very late.
He got the word out. Stuck that thing on out. All right, first up, and they don't know what the F they are doing. We have let's see, Over the Edge.
没信号，都没信号，我们也没有信号。你命大啊，兄弟啊，这个危险啊，只能要等消防来了。没信号都没信号啊！啊，唔係有部噶，唔係。那有个小车，那边有2个小车啊。不要往那边走了，往那边走，那边就裂开了，退开，快点！
He was mad as hell. He was mad. What do you think the translation was?
the translation was like, how the hell did you do that shit?
Dumbass.
I know that person made a mistake or whatever happened there. But can you imagine? That must be the scariest.
You're stuck in that cabin because how you gonna get back?
Terrifying position. I can't think of that. Y'all talking about all types of everything. I'd be like, what on earth? I would be. I would never start again.
But did you just see him chilling? He was chilling outside the cab, looking like
he had no choice. What you mean?
Because what else you gonna do? And it's got that misty rain. So even if you try to like climb back, your hand might get that little slip from that little mist. It's
not make us climb ropes like they used to. People don't be having no upper body strength for all that stuff. You gonna plummet to the ground. Them hands gonna slip quick. got zero grip strength.
I think the wildest down this entire video is that this person is very obviously in distress, and somebody has their phone out recording it, like
and wearing them out the whole time.
Help me!
I mean, he was wearing them out good.
Why is your phone out? Help me!
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help
They
you.
use their phone to call for assistance at home.
You recording me when you should be calling the authorities to come save
He
me.
thought that truck was going to tip, and he needed to get that video out there.
You better believe that truck did tip. He's gone.
Oh my God, I cannot imagine.
I mean, it's apparent that
Don't know what the fuck you're doing.
next up we have broke legs.
Oh my God.
Oh
Bro, tripping. Bro just fell from up there, bro. Bro, tripping. This dumbass nigga jumped from the second or third floor in the Galleria to the ice, running from the laws.
Bro, broke his leg.
Bro, both his shit. Look at his legs. You got to be the dumbest nigga in the world.
The funny part to me was look at his legs. His legs is all splayed out.
Y'all watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
Y'all know Herbert Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he be dragging them legs across that floor.
It looked like when Charlie Murphy beat up Rick James' legs and his legs was like linguine. He slid off that couch. F your couch. What do you do about my legs, Charlie Murphy?
You talking about Charlie Murphy whip Rick James' legs on the couch?
Oh
he was on his phone like nothing happened. Like he was texting his friends like, "Bro, I just broke my legs." Like,
no, that ain't
he was probably going live.
He was complaining that the cops got him. That's what he was doing. He ain't give a hoot about
the cops just strolled over there and was like, man, we ain't got to put the cuffs on you.
He ain't going.
I bet they did though. I bet they did put them cuffs on him and walked him, dragged him to the car too.
They ain't moving him.
Oh shit! They moved him. You got to scoop that up because look, it's summertime.
We trying to get him out the way.
He definitely going to the hospital first, bro.
He's going to central booking first.
Yeah,
because we know you're not going anywhere, and then we'll shuttle you off in your cuffs.
Hold up, but if you got a body cast, do they still ship you to the jail?
Absolutely.
They put you in handcuffs in the hospital bed.
Yeah, they put you in a hospital bed though, right?
They do.
Yeah. Like, does that start your sentence? Like
absolutely.
No,
time served. Stupid. You are not in jail. You are in the hospital. That's a freedom and a luxury.
So then you guys still go to court after that and then go to jail?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. They probably rolled that TV into to his hospital room with the judge on it.
That's what they do. If your injury is bad enough, they're going to take you off of them Percocets one night, and they're going to wait till you in the morning, and you're going to be in pain in front of that judge, and that judge going to give you a sentence right from there.
Yep. He's going to show you, put you right on that.
He don't got no legs. How you going to have a sentence?
Hey,
you don't need no legs. They going to have
they got quadriplegics in jail.
They're going to have arms strung up to the side of that bed like this here. And you be like, Your Honor.
I'm pretty sure some prisons are wheelchair accessible.
Well, he was trying to escape the law, but obviously.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I'm just wondering what he thought was going to happen.
He didn't think it was an ice skating rink below him. He just thought he was falling to like a ball pit.
But you know how you go in the mall and you like, if somebody come after me, I'm gonna jump over this and I'll be okay. He did not think them. He thought them legs were strong.
Them legs were not sturdy.
He thought it had some stir to it.
Not a piece of stir in them legs. Yeah. Like Ty said, ain't nobody hitting the.
He probably thought he would find some bushes like midair, and then he got in the middle of the air and just saw that ice.
He jumped on the ice rink. So what did he think?
He was too far down. He thought he was further up. He ain't know where he was.
And truthfully, if he really want to steal up out of a mall, Texas is not where you do it at. Come to Philadelphia, because nobody be in these malls. You can steal all day long if you want to.
What are the odds you fall into the ice skating rink in the mall? Like,
But you saw it. You knew what you were doing.
You can't see it.
I just can't imagine the agony. Oh my God.
He wasn't agonized. He was on his phone.
Oh my God.
Oh no, tripping.
Bro, tripping. Bro just fell from up there, bro.
He's clearly on his phone.
He was probably on the phone complaining, putting in a complaint in about the mall.
On Yelp, giving it a 1-star review.
0 stars, no fun.
All right, we gotta move. Sorry. Next up, we have kayaking.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Wow.
Damn, that was
this is my winner.
That's a bad promo video right there. What the hell was they thinking? That was a terrible. I definitely don't want to go kayaking with your company. You knocking the people on the water. That is terrible. I
don't know why that's so funny to me.
Whoever put that promo video out need to be fired. ASAP.
Good to me. Them people went for the ultimate swim. Oh God!
That was somebody who was getting canned.
They went for the ultimate drowning because that was.
Play it again, Jason.
Fired. So he's like,
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
I don't nobody.
I guess you get money. I guess you get money off if you get thrown in the water.
Did you notice in that video the guy who caused this was wearing these orange shorts? Right, he hit the first.
Broke that man's ribs, and he fell into the water.
Then the other one hit them, but the person who caused all this, fine, nothing happened to him. He was fine
because he had some stirred. He had some stirred.
He knew what he was doing. So maybe they don't win.
I mean, that one knew, but the rest of them
don't know what the fuck you're doing.
And last but not least, we have seagulls.
Friends running from birds and shit. Get they ass, birds. Get they ass. Get they ass. Don't bring them hoes over here. Ah! Get the fuck away from me.
That video be having me dying.
I love me a bird and seagulls are big fish.
The birds are harassing good too. Them seagulls love harassing.
Which bird? The one on the beach or the seagulls? Because he said it was a bird if I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, they were clearly reacting to her screaming, and because she was screaming,
They don't know what the fuck you're doing.
That's what it is.
Don't bring them hoes over here.
Famous last words. All right, so who wins? My God, the kayaking, the broken legs, the seagulls,
Iceman,
or over the edge.
Iceman.
I'm going with kayak.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with kayak too, but seagulls actually wants my vote too.
I'm going with Iceman.
Ty, what you going with?
I'm gonna give seagulls a vote.
All right, so 2 for seagulls, 2 for kayak. Sorry, Iceman's out. Eric, what you gonna go with between seagulls and Iceman? I'm sorry, seagulls and
I'll switch over to seagulls
in the legs.
I go with kayak. That was
I'm gonna stay with kayak.
You going with kayaks?
Yeah.
All right. Kayaks wins because at the end of the
They
day,
don't know what the fuck you're doing.
all right. And with that, last segment of the day.
Here we go.
That's the Desi, on the man.
Trying not the favors, sticking with the plan. Wanna take you on a journey, show you how it's done. Lexus in the house, let's have some fun.
This one here is like an oldie but a goodie. I'm sure everybody knows this one already. But I thought because it was so damn hot today, I would show you this.
How was it?
It was like 100. It was like 1,000 degrees outside today. Like literally, you walk outside and you'd be like, "Oh, this is what hell feels like."
Was it hot in Baltimore too, Eric?
Yeah, it was like 104 today.
Damn.
Yeah, it was terrible outside today. And it's gonna be like terrible for the rest of the week too. But this is a trick that I've done all my life. There's two things. One, I can't show you, but if you have one of those box fans, go ahead and wet you up a towel and put that towel in the freezer and then put it on top of the box fan. That's going to help you. It's going to keep your home cool because it's going to blow that cold air and the water from the towel onto you. Trust, when it's 104 degrees, you'll do it. It works.
What about air conditioning? It's like a supplement.
If you don't have one, if you don't have like a central air situation.
Oh, I thought you meant like if you were outside.
Oh, I don't go outside when I do, so I wouldn't know what you do outside.
I was outside all day. I love it.
I can't help you with that. But this one is if you get a bottle of water, right? You freeze the bottle of water. You drink half of it out. You probably can't see it because it's clear. But you turn it to the side and you have half the water still in there, and you stick it in the freezer. And then you open it up like so, and you grab a second bottle of water, and you just pour it in. Just pour it in as much as you want. Pour it on in there.
You don't spill that damn water right on your computer.
What kind of water you drinking?
I don't know what.
That's that Deer Park.
That looked like Nestle. That little purified.
That is maybe that is Nestle. It is.
Dex, what kind of water you got?
This one is a pure. These are Pure Life bottles of water because I needed it for
tap water.
I needed it for this segment.
I like Pure Life.
Oh, I usually don't drink that kind of stuff, but like
that kind of stuff.
I drink that.
And then what ends up happening is you have two sides now of a water bottle that's completely filled. One side is ice, one side is water, and it's going to be a very nice and refreshing drink for you for the summer. And that's a good idea for the week.
I never thought about turning it on that side. I'm drinking half of it and turning it on that side. I never thought about that. That's a good idea.
That's just a bottle and a half of water. Like y'all out here wasting. Like y'all just doing anything.
Like y'all wasting because you're drinking half of it ahead of time, so you're already satiated. And then when you put it in the freezer, you're freezing that other half that you wasn't going to drink anyway because you know y'all don't drink no water because y'all pee be all orange. So when y'all freeze that second half, then you can actually throw that thing up under that faucet and get you some more water.
Oh, ain't nobody drinking the faucet water, okay? Mountain Valley water, okay?
Mountain Valley, what's that? What brand is that?
Okay, Mountain Valley comes in a glass bottle, so you don't have to worry about those microplastics breaking up your brain. Because y'all can't read worth nothing anyway.
Well, if you drink water out of bottles like that, you can't put it in the freezer, so this won't work for you. So you just I guess you get some ice.
I don't drink ice cold water. I drink.
He gonna be outside in that sub-Saharan Africa all thirsty.
And I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay because it wouldn't be my first time outside when it's hot. I enjoy the heat. Okay. Speaking of heat and flames.
You pee.
He's supposed to have any announcements, and then you do it, not what you just did.
Excuse me, I segue with heat. Thank you so much. Or like
you don't like how you interrupt your little segment.
Interrupt the hell out just like
just no type of decorum, no type of couth.
This is from the guy who drinks Pure Life water.
Hey, water is water. Water is water.
There's some people who don't have Bill.
There's some people who won't go to don't got no water at all. But if you would like to keep going to the store and spending $6 on glass bottles of water, you continue to do that.
We'll do that.
Okay. Maybe you should get an air conditioner too.
What's that blue bottle that was real popular a couple of months ago?
And got him.
What'd you say, Jason?
What's that blue bottle that was real popular a couple of months ago?
Saratoga.
Yeah, Saratoga.
Saratoga.
Oh yeah, the blacks love a Saratoga.
And I don't know why Will is going out buying $6 bottles of water. When I went out to dinner with him a couple weeks ago, they said, "What kind of water do you want?" And he said, "Tap water is fine."
Number one.
Oh wow!
Next thing, go out to dinner with me. No couple weeks ago.
He said, "Tap water is fine. There's no issue."
You was drinking that faucet water?
Yes, we went to a steakhouse, and he was like, "Oh, tap water is no problem for me." I said,
steakhouse? Give us a name.
He said, as long as they have ice on it, ice.
Well, you know, Dex can name a steakhouse. I don't know why you even asked. Like Dex can't name a steakhouse off the top of his head.
Ain't nothing wrong with tap water. If y'all pipes is clean, ain't nothing wrong with that tap. But y'all live in them.
I don't know.
Y'all live in them dingy zones. Yeah, that's the thing.
If you go to a restaurant, you ask them when they ask you what you want to drink, and you say, "Oh, just give me some water." What you think you drinking? Tap water.
Exactly.
Good point.
Y'all be going to Applebee's. What you think?
And
you
we'll
getting
definitely be at the Applebee's drinking tap water.
I don't think it's water is the filter water. So like,
hey Dex, Dex, let me ask you a question. When you go get your bag of ice from Chick-fil-A, what you think they make that ice with? Tap.
God's hands. God blesses their hands to craft that ice out from the finest water. That's not tap water. You better believe
that's absolutely not. That's rain out of heaven.
Yes, it is.
That's rain out of heaven.
Actually,
you wouldn't know. You live in Baltimore.
Actually, they ain't even really tap water. It's water they make out of in an ice machine. So it ain't even really.
So it's even better. But you got to understand who granted them with that ice machine. That was God.
He anointed it.
Okay. You keep
Dex, you know what anointed means?
Say that again.
Do you know what anointed? Do we have to spell it out? A-N.
Where are we at the show at this point?
We're at the end. Do you have any announcements? I know Bill does.
I do actually have an announcement. On Monday, the 30th, I will be participating in a virtual event called Dad's Den. I'll post it on my social media where you guys can come and just listen to me and some other guys talk about fatherhood. And it's a
What you know about fatherhood?
Well, you know, I'm new to the game.
Not too much.
What do you know about fatherhood?
It's so crazy how so many people. My cousin actually reached out to me the other day, and he's asking me for like parenting advice or whatever. And I said, "Well, I really made it. Like I really am." Eric said this a couple weeks ago. He said, "Dexter, I know you want to think that you're father of the year, and like I am. I really am father of the year. It's crazy to me. Like, but." You know what they say? You don't have to do things forever to be great at it. You just have to be good at it enough. And like I am just that. And they're asking panels concerning fatherhood. Ty actually told me that he wants to invite me to his church because they would need or want me to speak on their panel as well on fatherhood because I'm such a great father. Will, you had an announcement? Let's go ahead and
do all these lives today. That is so ridiculous.
Thank you so much, Dex, for the alley-oop there.
Thank you. No problem.
Available now on Kindle.
Hold it in front of your chat so it doesn't go into the green screen, by the way.
Well, he wants to set it up first, and then he's gonna.
I know. I was just saying, make sure you hold it in front of your person. That way, it doesn't get clipped.
Like right up back here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On Kindle, available on Kindle, my book 5 years later. What America has learned 5 years after the death of George Floyd is now available on Kindle. And this coming Friday. You can just trolley on over to Amazon and you'll be able to purchase this book in paperback and in hardcover. And just as a little added bonus, all of the photographs that are in this book, I took them myself.
Amen.
The cover also took that picture myself.
Now, are you one of those people who writes the book and then you put all the photos within like a 3 to 5 page range, or are they sprinkled in throughout the book?
It's sprinkled throughout the book, so you got to read to see the pictures. People don't do no reading these days. So
what's it about?
What is it? So I follow 3 folks after the death of George Floyd and the protests, the riots, and I chronicle, how they feel today. We look back 5 years ago, and what kind of progress have we made? The DEI rollbacks are covered there. Where we are and where we still need to go.
Is it fiction or like nonfiction?
No, this is absolutely a truthful book.
All right.
Congratulations. We're all going to buy it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Bill. Thanks for that. One more time, what's the title of that book?
The name of the book is 5 years later, What America's Learned 5 years after the death of George Floyd.
All right. There you go. Available now on Amazon. Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Bro Talk Live. This has been a wonderful episode. Thanks for all of your viewership. And don't forget, subscribe to us on TikTok, Instagram, X, And what am I missing? Facebook, YouTube, at Bro Talk Live. We have the same handle everywhere. For Dex, for Ty, for Bill, this has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. Sorry, for Eric as well. We will see you guys next week.